Hey everyone, Zel here, and today we're going to be looking at a fusion rifle called the Servant of Aksor. This came from the Prison of Elders, specifically from the Judgment's Chance, which is where you take a weapon core and an armor core, smash those things together, and then you have a chance of obtaining a random weapon or armor piece from the Prison of Elders. And what I came up with was the Servant of Aksor. I leveled this thing up, and I just want to talk about it. It has a unique perk that I really want to talk about. One other question I have for you guys is, if you have this gun, do you have it in a Soldier or Void? Because I'm not sure, because I've seen the primary weapons actually change their elemental respects depending on what you get as a roll. So I'm curious if that's the same thing as in the special and the heavy weapons, because I haven't seen an actual confirmation of that yet. So if you have gotten this gun and you have it in a different weapon type, let me know. I'd love to hear it from you guys. Now, getting into the actual gun, what does the flavor text say before we get into anything else? It says, "Burn away the ether." And that actually, simple, sweet, good enough for me. If you take a look at the stats of this gun, one thing is blaring, and that's its fucking impact. Do you see this? The impact is as much as the Praetorian foil, and that means that it is contending the highest damage for a fusion rifle in the game right now, which is absolutely amazing. The charge rate, as you can see, is actually rather high. The range, stability, and reload are not bad, and the magazine falls right in the middle of fusion rifles. You usually find them between 4 and 6. And that means that that's average. Everything's good. Let's take a look at the stats. On the first tier of upgrades, we have the fast draw iron sight, standard sight, a lightweight design, good for recoil control. We have the red dot OES, which is an agile sight for smooth engagements in close quarters, and the red dot ORES, which is a flexible sight, enhanced handling, range, and recoil control. The first special perk it has is Hidden Hand. This weapon gains better target acquisition. Now, if you don't know what target acquisition is, we're going to be getting into that in a quick second. And on the second tier, we have speed reload. Reload this weapon quickly. We have accelerated coils, reduces charge time, and then finally enhanced battery, which increases the magazine size. The enhanced battery brings it up to a magazine of 8, but look how abysmal the charge rate is. It is not worth it. Accelerated coils is always a very needed perk on a fusion rifle, because that means you can get a shot out quicker. And it's just amazing. For the final perk, it has Shank Burn. This weapon deals moderate bonus damage to fallen shanks. Now, I won't be going over how much damage. It is considerable. And it's kind of nice because if you are on, say, a Arc Burn and you have a Nightfall that has shanks, shanks with solar shields are an absolute pain in the ass. Everyone knows it. And this might help a little bit more. I'm just saying. It's noticeable. It's a noticeable damage increase. So with the rest of this gun, it is actually a very symmetrical, a very nice rounded looking gun, and I love the look of it. So let's get into it, show it off a little bit, play around with it a little bit, and talk about what it can do. Now, I have the Vex Mythoclast on for a very specific reason too, but take a look at the sights there. It's just so clean. It's a clean gun. I love it. Alright, let's get into it. This guy took out all the phalanxes that I actually wanted to kill. Now, if you have a Vex Mythoclast or another gun that has target acquisition built into it, or hand cannons have it, and other guns have it as well, you're going to notice something. Phalanxes have shields that are almost impossible to hit around. You're going to try to hit them in the hand, it's going to hit their shield, and you assume that the shield has a gigantic hitbox. Am I correct? Most likely. Some of you are smarter than that. I'm not saying that you aren't, but this is where target acquisition comes in. Some people think that target acquisition is actually the difference between having the reticle drag towards an enemy. That is a reticle magnetation. What target acquisition does is actually the bullet magnetation. That means that if you aim at something, your bullets are going to be going in for a tighter pack or going towards precision targets, so like the head hit zone, so that you can get criticals easier. So if I try to hit the hand, you can see I'm clearly aiming at his hand. I try to, it works, and that's fine. But if you're a little bit closer, you're firing quickly, a lot of them actually hit the shield. Now, this isn't because the shield is an actual block, it's because of how target acquisition works. Specifically, if you take the Vex Mythoclast and aim for the hand, you can almost never get that critical shot that I just got. Usually you get that immune that I'm getting right there. And that's important to talk about, because that is the actual bullet curving towards the target to try to get a headshot. And that is something that needs to be kind of identified, I feel, because a lot of people don't actually know what that is. So that's what I wanted to talk about, and that's how this works. So in PvP, this means that your bullets are more likely going to hit the target, which means that if you are a fusion rifle user, you're going to be able to not miss that 1 or 2 bullets needed to get the rest of that kill. And that's really helpful with everyone running around with shotguns. And also now you know actually how that perk works if you didn't know how that hidden attribute did work. You see it a lot on hand cannons. The Vex Mythoclast is a great example of it as well. And this gun also has that just very slight bullet curve that allows you to hit more targets, and it's just a little bit nicer to you when you think you might miss, and then you get that nice hit that actually netted you that kill, or that in the Vex Mythoclast's case, you know, that critical that allowed you to finish off that one mob a little bit earlier before it hit you for the death or whatever it might be. And that's what this gun is. As you can see, the fire rate is pretty decent for a fusion rifle. It's not the best, it's definitely not the worst, and it's coming in above average. The damage is absolutely insane. I love it. And the looks of it, as I said, are very nice as well. And that's going to wrap up my little talk about this Servant of Aksor. I hope that you did maybe learn something with the target acquisition, because I've never talked about it before, but I think that's kind of good to go over the hidden stats within Destiny, so everyone kind of knows what to expect from a gun when they pick it up by just reading the stats rather than, you know, just hoping for the best and saying, hey, I like this because it does damage. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll definitely catch you next video. I'm doing my videos on Saturday and Sunday for Destiny now. That means that we're going to have 2 Destiny videos a week, and there might be an extra Destiny video or an extra video in general over the week. That would be a random video from Tuesday to Friday. On Mondays, I do review a random game now, and that's how my YouTube does work. If you're curious about anything other Destiny, I'm going to be playing for the next 3-4 days on stream. You can find that information down below. And if I see you there, awesome, say they came from the YouTube. I'm going to say thank you because you're amazing for actually stopping by and supporting what I do here. And with that, catch you guys later. See ya.